Good morning. In California anyway, it's 11:36 a.m. Good morning. There I have audio confirmation on this live stream. This live stream is titled No Boot Device Found Part 4, part of Windows Daily 124, which is a little bit weird sensation because this morning I did Windows Daily number 125, but this is part 4 from yesterday's event. And in yesterday we went through part 1 of WD124 is when I was just announcing to the audience I had to postpone my live stream this morning, so it was only 2 minutes long because I had to go out to an emergency call at this client's office. And part 2, I had the computer back into my office showing what was up with it. And then part 3, I gave some more information about what was up with it. And basically, it was the drive was not being accessible to the computer. And I showed there that I was using, silly Doug, this this drive adapter on a 3.5-inch drive, and a number of people in chat said, you can't do that on a 3.5-inch drive. And when I saw it, I go, I knew that. But it wasn't on top of my mind because I have long ago decided that all of the other drive adapters that I have, I just don't trust any of them. And since I got the Big Beast build, it's so easy to just open up that door, connect a drive directly to the motherboard of Baby Beast, and that's what I did. So here I'm going to show you the results of that, and this is going to be a short stream right now that we're doing, and so I'm not going to be interfering with Kerry Holzman's stream that starts in about 20 minutes. By the way, I tried to do a redirect to his show, but I'm not authorized to redirect to his show. So Kerry, if you see this, I'd like to be able to redirect to your show when your show is conveniently timed after one of my shows. So here's the drive I have. The door is open to Big Beast build, which is sitting over here behind me. And this is the defective drive right here. I've got it plugged into Baby Beast on this occasion. And then Baby Beast is powered down. You can see Big Beast, the motherboard for Big Beast up here. You can see the lights. It's still on. I shut down Baby Beast. The CPU fan is stopped. And then started it up. And here's what happens on a Baby Beast. Is it says you must initialize the disk before Logical Disk Manager can access it. So it is seeing that it's present. It shows right here as disk 1 unknown. And I've come across this a number of times in the past, and I think I have actually fixed it on drives, but I'm not. This is not my bailiwick. This is not what I know well. So I'm going to be sending this disk to $300 data recovery, but I got some other photos to show you here, I think. Right arrow key. Okay, so then here's I got my stethoscope in my ears over here and holding the stethoscope against that drive. And I can hear the drive spinning, but I don't hear any head activity. Although at this point in time, Baby Beast is not trying to access it. And then, let's see, at this point, oh, it's actually connected to Big Beast because that's the Big Beast build motherboard right there. So on Big Beast, I was getting the same thing. Now, if you don't like the red and purple, I did another photo where I got green in the background. Yeah, no, I don't know why I did the second picture. This is Big Beast showing the same thing. You must initialize the disk. And this scroll bar, if I were to scroll down, oh no, it's showing right here. Disk 0 unknown. So then go on to the next one. And this is connected back to the original problem child computer. And next picture, I see again, no boot device found. And then I tried booting on a Macrium Reflect USB. And in Macrium Reflect, it doesn't show up at all. Now here, not Macrium Reflect, but I went to the Macrium Explorer here. To not trying to use Macrium Reflect here, but using Explorer to see if it's visible at all there. Because maybe I can make a forensic image. But no, the computer doesn't see the drive at all. And then I went through some BIOS screens. I'm not going to explain each of these. There's nothing there that's relevant. And get to the end here, and then there's something else that I want to show. No boot device found again. And then here I have a video where I have the drive connected to the subject computer, and I'm going to let you hear the sound. So as soon as I click the play button, I'm going to stop talking so that you can hear the sound. Here we go. Okay, so I don't know if you could make that out very well, but we heard it do the three sounds that are in Doug speak. It sounds like this. Burp, burp, burp. Or v, 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 which I think is the heads, probably the heads moving. That I don't think that's not the disc spinning. But I think it's just trying to find the boot record, because as soon as that sound stops, then we get on the screen, no boot record found. Now, for those who don't know, when I disconnect the drive, no drives, no USB memory sticks, I get the same no boot device found. So this message is not indicating that it has tried to find a boot record on that disk. It didn't find the device. Okay, so nada, nothing, squat, bupkis, nothing there. So I have had communications with $300 data recovery. When I went to their website, I found that they're closed for the Christmas holidays through January 2nd. But I went ahead and filled out their chances form from their website. And I'm intending to do another video titled something along the lines of my $300 data recovery experience, to show the whole experience of working with them. But they sent back this email, Brian did. It's signed by Brian. He's the owner of the business, Brian Cometa. I don't know if he has employees working for him or not. I don't recollect that. But anyway, he said it'd be $300 for this one based upon my answers to their form. However, I neglected something, and I'm going to tell you about that. He says the average cost of a donor drive is $113 if we wind up needing that. And he says 53.85% of this model drive has bad drive heads. And then he also said up here, our history of successful recoveries reflects that we're able 94.2% of our customer data we've been able to recover. When I read through this, I go, oh, wait a minute. I remember something about this. The data. See, this doesn't say they're going to repair the drive for $300. No. This is data recovery. They're going to extract data from the drive, not repair the drive. The catch here is that the operating system on this drive is Microsoft Windows Server 2008 R2. Now, before some of you go throwing up your arms and screaming, that's obsolete. You can't be using a server on that. This is a dedicated purpose computer. It does not function as a file server. Nobody accesses files through the network from this computer. They use this computer on the keyboard mouse of this computer for one program called B2Win. And it's in the construction business. It's an estimating and scheduling software. And they do not browse the internet with this computer. So it's not up to security standards, but it's a single purpose and not used as a file server. So we have a variety of reasons and remediations to deal with that. And the data that program runs, that program requires Windows Server. That's the only reason this office has Windows Server. Never had Windows Server before they wanted to use this software. It requires a server. They have this program in a single user, single computer mode, but it's a SQL database server. So for those of you who know SQL database, you know it's not quite such a simple factor to just retrieve the files from that drive. And I don't know enough about SQL to know whether $300 data recovery can even extract the SQL data files in a way that we can implement it in a newly formatted server. So I don't know. I sent an email back to Brian and I filled out their mail-in form with that additional information. Let's see, I can actually tell you what I said there to them. Let's see. Yeah, here. Down to this paragraph, these are my notes regarding this whole experience. I should have included this info in the chances form, but did not think of it at the time. I understand if this changes your price quote. This computer is a Dell PowerEdge T20 mini tower server with Microsoft Windows Server 2008 R2 standard and only one drive. It is a single-purpose machine, not used to access the internet, not used as a traditional server. It runs a program called B2Win Estimate and B2Win Scheduler from b2wsoftware.com, which is a SQL application, SQL. It is used as a single user and single computer implementation of the SQL application. We need the SQL database at a minimum. I do not know SQL well enough to know if it is even possible to recover a SQL database from the file structure without SQL running. If the drive can be restored to functionality, that would be ideal and worth higher charges. So please, Brian, if you can fix this drive to make it functional again, that would be the ideal solution. Now, it is quite possible that in order for him to get data off of this drive, he has to replace the heads. Once he replaced the heads, it might be completely functional. Fingers crossed. Because if he just gets the data files, that means I have to build another server for the client. I'm not sure if I can even activate Windows 2008 R2 server these days because it is long end of life. And then I don't even know how to set up SQL in the first place. The vendor of the software program did the setup remotely while this server was in my office back in 2017. So, complications. What else do I need? Oh, my client reaction. I have a note. I have my script here. It's got 3 lines to it of things to cover. I'm not sure that I got everything written on there, but my client's reaction when I called him to tell him what's up, it was actually okay. He was okay. Because he can do without the software for days or weeks even. I didn't know that when I called him. And I said, Don, I don't know how this impacts your business. And he says, well, I use it for scheduling. So that doesn't mean nothing to me. I had to tell him that. Don, I don't know if that means that your workers, your construction workers aren't able to work tomorrow because they don't have the schedule. And he says, oh, no, that's not what it does. I send the schedule to the engineers. As I guess somebody else sends the jobs out. This is a scheduling for the overall project. So it's a much higher level. And I believe what he said is that he does that on a monthly basis. So that doesn't sound bad. I'm going to go take a quick look at chat. I'm not going to keep this going much longer at all because I think I've covered everything unless you have a specific question in chat that I didn't cover that needs to be covered at this point. Nope, all I see is people saying good morning and hellos and all of that. So don't see any specific questions there. Did I cover everything? I think I have. All right. So I hope that was useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Oh, the stream button is lit up now, but the stream deck is not lit up. Live stream. All right, I'll try clicking here to end the stream. I hope that was useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.